Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. One of this season's most eagerly awaited new musicals is Beetlejuice, which of course is based on Tim Burton's beloved film. It'll open at the Winter Garden Theatre on April 25th and be dropped by Subculture to meet the company.
At first, it seemed very daunting because the movie is the movie. But the minute we got into it, everybody involved went, we're going to do a great adaptation. And I think what a great adaptation is you don't just put the movie on stage. I don't think it works. So what we did is we took all the great stuff from the movie and just ran with it. I mean, so there's a different story being told here with the characters that everybody loves. We've made sure to pass the purist test, and all the purists came and see it and love it. But there's so much new stuff in here that if you've never seen the movie, no problem. And if you've seen the movie, there's definitely little like highlights, along the way.
Some of the storylines in our production are a lot clearer than in the film. Lydia, for example, is the protagonist. She's the focus of the show and the heart of it. And I think it's really amazing how we're focusing it on a young female and a young teenage female who's going through something. And I think it's really accessible to people my age, to women, to honestly everybody. And a lot of the themes are things that I really think need to be talked about, actually. So, yeah.
It has everything that people who love the movie will want to see, but I think it goes much deeper. They took the story and all the same characters pretty much, but then really focus on Lydia and Beetlejuice and about how she lost her mom, and so they kind of reinvented the story. And it's a total journey, and it's definitely traditional Broadway theater with great music, big production numbers, and I do magic.
I had heard murmurings of it, and I was like, I want in. And Alex Timbers, we were mutual fans of each other, and we had never gotten to work together. And he said, you know what, let's go out to dinner. So we go out to dinner, and Alex Timbers said to me, I think the part of the movie that wasn't really explored that I think we can really dive into is that you have this demon obsessed with being alive and this teenager obsessed with being dead, and what happens when those forces collide. And I thought, you're the guy who should be in charge of this musical. Like, I was just like, okay, I'm in.
You have puppets, you have magic, everything's in this show, right?
Magic, smoke, puppets, things moving, lights, strobing. I mean, everything. And Alex Timbers is a genius, my favorite. He gets me. We have shorthand when we talk about stuff. I go, maybe we'll try. He goes, yeah. I go, okay. He is just truly one of the few directors that I know that really knows how to do comedy and inventive visual spectacle, unbelievable everything. He's the best.
So we went back with David Corns, the set designer, and William Ivy Long, the costume designer. We went back to the original film, but then we went beyond that. We looked at Burton's sketch work from the college. We looked at his entire oeuvre. So the goal is not in any way to mimic the film. It's to kind of honor this artist's aesthetic in a sort of larger way.
You fleshed out some other characters, right?
Yeah, I feel like the book writers and the composer have done a great job of sort of taking these characters you love and expanding them. The plot isn't exactly the same as the film. It sort of goes in kind of interesting directions that I think will be surprising to people that know the film and really satisfying to people who don't know it at all.
The musical style that unlocked it was kind of like finding a way to put every style into it, especially into Beetlejuice's music. Each character, like Lydia Dietz, who is played by Sophia, and Caruso, her music is kind of like, I always imagined it was like, a teenage girl in her bedroom with a Fender guitar and a tiny little lamp just belting out, angsty rock songs. But Beetlejuice is a different one. There was a clue in the script when I first got it that was, Beetlejuice has he's not just one demon, he has multiple demons running through him. He's a kind of endless multiple personalities. And I was like, wouldn't it be great within the one song if every one of those personalities had a voice and that voice matched a particular genre or a style, and the whole thing just kept turning, no matter what he wanted to do. If he wanted to seduce somebody, he wanted to scare somebody, or he wanted to be a cheerleader, he would turn himself inside out.
It's been incredible, and we've been working on it for a long time. We've had the luxury of, I came on maybe 2 years ago. So we've been working on a workshop. We did the performance in DC. We're working on it again. It's been incredible because you really get to know each other, first of all, get to know your character, get to know the creatives in a way that you might not get to know them if you're working for 6 weeks before you do something. So it's a really unique experience.
I just love doing the show.
Yeah.
It sounds really corny, but audiences ate it up in DC, and we love doing it in the rehearsal room because we're constantly making each other laugh. Everyone's making us laugh. We're always playing for each other, playing with each other.
And I tell you, we're having the greatest time, Jill and I together, playing a couple and coming up with different things. Today we were coming up with different things. That, we're constantly looking to see what else can we do, and it's so much fun to do that with her. It's great.
So there's all the Easter eggs you want, lots of things you're going to get in the set and the costumes and all the, some little nuggets in the netherworld, but there's also some new things.
And for your role, what's the coolest thing about playing him so far?
Oh, where do I begin? I think the coolest thing about it is that it is a character that all the audiences who love Beetlejuice the movie already know, and it's just my chance to kind of do my little take on it and really just try to bring up the relationship that I have with Delia, played by Leslie Kritzer, who is like my best friend in real life, and it's just a joy to play her best friend on stage too.